that I am playing here on our file. We're in, I believe, year 3 of this playthrough. Starters. Order 7 on the normal difficulty because playing on hard is something I'll probably do in like 2 real life years. Yeah, so it's been a while since we played this game, but it's back in the rotation for me, so expect it on the channel. Actually, expect it on the channel like throughout the rest of the year. Um, yeah, it's crazy. Like playing Horse Racing Manager, which you guys may already see that video. And coming back to this, I feel like I can understand this game at 130,000 miles an hour now, because that game is so in detail, and it's not a disrespect to this game. It's just like, oh, yeah, really once you spend more time in this game, it's really easy to navigate everything. But anyways, I'll probably still be doing tutorials for any new players along the way, just to make sure you don't feel like you're too far behind yourself. And I've already clicked on a lot of stuff, so let's go ahead and just start from here. So we have $550,000. We do have new silks. I got rid of the Ronald McDonald's colors, just because I believe we did that a couple episodes ago. Um, we have 3 horses now currently in our racing stable, a mare, well, technically 2 mares and a colt. And let's go ahead and check out our stable. Desert Glow. Here she is, 6-year-old mare, still on the hunt. And she wins twice in the last of her 3 outings. So back to back at a C4 handicap level, which means at the highest the horses were rated at an 85. It says handicap 0 to 85. Obviously, that's all that means. And she won last time at the 90 handicap level as well, the same thing. Both were against 4-year-olds and up, running about a mile in Ohio and then a mile and a furlong extra in Chicago. Those were 2 good wins for her. As you can see, she's kind of been up and down her career, but gosh, I think I started racing with her around this time. We bumped her up from a 78 to an 84, and that would have been during her 4-year-old season. No, her 5-year-old season, excuse me. And we've kind of been up and down with her ever since, but she's a mare that I think will be fantastic for breeding, so I just kind of want to keep her on the up and up. And she might have a later growth type as well. If I can actually look at her stats, let's see. I have to look for it because sometimes I forget. I think it's somewhere. I took more racing as a youngster. Her juvenile constitution is pretty good. I think that's. I have to be honest with you. Like this game's definitions of these things are kind of in a weird. Like it's there obviously on screen, but like when you think about it contextually, it's a bit vague because it's like juvenile constitution is varied depending on the juvenile itself. So there's no real exact number there. And obviously, the higher the bar, the higher potential for the horse to take more racing as a youngster. She's 6 years old. She's not a juvenile. And again, there's really nothing else here that I'm seeing currently that tells you what a growth type will be for a horse. Oh, here we go. The potential horse's form has to deteriorate as it ages. This is the closest. Deterioration potential. So it's red and it's here. I'm assuming you want it to be green and higher, but I don't know if this bar just permanently stays red. Her potential rating at the top here shows her absolute potential in dark green and then her realized potential in light green. So she seems like a horse that still has some kick in her and she's not close to retiring. So that's why I'm excited to just continue to try to work with her, find wins where we can at whatever level that is, and build until it seems like she's kind of out of it. She's still competitive when I put her in the right races, and if you look at her chart right here in the blue, as you can see from 2018 to where we are now and towards the tail end of 2020, or almost towards the tail end of 2020, you see there's been progress. The green bar goes up. She kind of finds a stable base here, a little bit up, and then we hit a little bit of a sinkhole here. And as you can see, this is what I've been talking about this year. Just been trying to find some rhythm with her and get her back trending in the right direction as far as getting her rating back closer towards a 95, ideally. 100 would be awesome, but since she's already 6 years old and she's raced a lot, I won't push her that hard. But if she gets there naturally, that's cool. So that's her thing. We look at Woven Silk, who is a new mare I have recently started racing with in the barn. She's finished ninth and fifth in her last two races with us. I don't race my horses in this game myself because I hate the way the jockey controls feel. It may be simple and easy for some. For me, it's a headache. That's why I play Gallop Racer and other titles. I just let the AI race my horses, and I try to set my horses and the conditions up in the best way for them to have a good chance. So, as you can see, I think I can't even remember how I acquired this horse, but she's been on a downward slope since 2018. She was only at a 60, so and this has been running her at a mile. And if I look at her stats, her potential rating is there. Her constitution is very high. Okay, so she has a later growth type. That's what I was thinking. I'm like, she can't be that bad of a horse, and she's not. Look at that speed rating. She's not slow at all. She has a little bit of a turn of foot. She has confidence, very good confidence. In fact, she's a very confident 5-year-old mare. But that's the thing. It's like her potential is only going to be so high, but she can still race quite a bit. And yeah, it's her deterioration potential kind of as she ages, the same as our other mare, kind of in that we could retire them now, but I think I put blinkers on her to see if that makes a difference. She's 34 rated, and she's just been running and selling races and handicaps, and yeah, I mean her acceleration is not great. Her start isn't that good, and I guess her speed right here. Yeah, when you look at her stats like this, they're not great, but she has decent stamina. I mean, halfway up here, I just wonder if she's really this bad of a horse, and the data obviously tells you that she should, but also like interesting. I'm curious. Like, yeah, I can't even tell you how I acquired her or why I did. Maybe it was just for like a quick breeding um, opportunity. I figured race her a couple of times, see if she turns into something. A little bit late run, kind of a resurgence. Sometimes that happens with horses. They're just with the wrong trainers. So, yeah, we'll see with her. Ring of Roses, our 3-year-old colt. We've raced with him twice. He finished ninth and then second in his last race, which was a handicap race at the 80 level. And that was going a mile. So his stats obviously much better. Decent speed in this category. Stamina pretty much halfway. Acceleration really good. Start could use some work. And then if we look at his constitution, he should be able to race until he's probably 6 or 7. So that's usually the case with horses I've noticed in this game. I would honestly say it's kind of similar for anyone listening or watching that's familiar with the Gallop Racer series. More or less the same. You're not going to be very competitive if you continue to race your horses at 7 in Gallop Racer if they're not really, really good. But you can probably still race them and have some decent showings every now and then. That's really the kind of the point. Consistency, really, really high, so he can hold form, going surface adaptability. He can perform essentially anywhere, it says. And, yeah, he doesn't want to adapt to training at all, apparently. So, I don't know if we need to train him. And then that's also the thing about this game. Like, it's just kind of hard to track if your horse's stats are increasing because these bars, like, they don't really tell me anything. Like, I can't tell if they move or if they've decreased. I wish there was a way to fix it to make it obvious. It's a little bit more clear to tell in this section here because let's say the fitness, this very last category to the left where my arrow is, let's say the fitness bar, instead of the red being all the way at the top, it's down here. That will be noticeable if you're paying attention, right? If you don't see all this, if you see all this red space is now empty because your horse's fitness is not at 100% and it's, let's say, at 60 or 50 down here, that's something you could obviously see, right? We can see right now this guy is 100% ready to go. He's in good fitness, good conditioning, 100%. He's hitting the track any day now. But on this screen, this doesn't tell me jack blip. Like I don't know if these are increasing or decreasing at any time. Like I can't like imagine if this increases by 2%. Like unless your screen like I'm sorry, I don't have the eyes to see that. Maybe some of you are blessed with that. Gosh, that would be awesome. I cannot tell. So that's something that yeah, I don't know what to do about in this game, so I'm just kind of rolling with it. But yeah, this guy, we're trying to figure him out. We just got him, so no real rush. And he'll be racing October 4th with his in Houston, a level 100 handicap on the turf. I'm putting him on the turf for the first time, so jumping him up there, a little bit in class as well at the 100 level. And then our head lad said he is ready and rearing to go. So that's always good to confirm, obviously. But this is all we have going. So I'm probably going to see what the mares have going on. They're not ready to run yet. And to be honest, like training in this game, I'm not noticing a difference when I've tried doing manual training on my own time on an off file. And I'm just kind of going to keep it to manual. I mean, to automatic for now because it doesn't really seem to be making a difference now. Yeah, so I believe that is all of our housekeeping. Oh yeah, and our breeding here. If you guys want to see our yearlings, we have 3 yearlings. I believe I did purchase one of these. No, we purchased 2 of them: English Summer and Chief Yeoman. But the greatest thing is, L'El Dorado is ours. This is Future Colt yearling, L'El Dorado, and I believe he is by Guisho. Guisho down here, out of Titania. And yeah, I can't even tell you. We raced with Titania 3 times, never won with her. And then with didn't mean to go back that far. Sorry. And then with Guisho, our sire, yeah, what did I do with you? Uh, yeah, I don't think. Yeah, he was a out of house stallion. So yeah, we didn't even race with him. So L'El Dorado is ours. He's expected to be able to run over a mile, which is great. Um, when he debuts, I want to put the blinkers on him and a visor. Or actually, a blinker and a noseband. Or you can't do both in this game. Fine. Let's try the blinker. If the game has any sort of meta that allows the horses to have a positive or negative rating depending on if they like them, I always take the chance of putting them on if they like them. That's just my personal preference. Some games it's not a thing. Some games it is a thing that they consider. English Summer. I acquired this guy, and if we look at his stats, decent potential, deterioration potential as it ages. So this is a horse that's going to peak quickly. So this is what this red bar. See, that's what I mean. Like that's such a weird way to consider it. But yeah, sure. Obviously, all the way up shows that once this horse probably reaches its peak age, that's it. You know what I mean? There will be nothing else for it to really do competitively. So you'll have to, retire and do the usual studying and siring. So that's English Summer, and he'll be running a mile. And then we have a sprinter, potential sprinter here, in Chief Yeoman. Of course we do. 6 furlongs is fantastic. And he is by Indian Snow out of Samatar. Indian Snow did win some money. At 6 furlongs, we see he'll have a little bit longer to run and compete. He looks to be a little bit better, Chief Yeoman. So really excited. And we look at his father, Indian Snow. Look at Indian Snow. Ran in the Jim Dandy, the Del Mar, BC Mile, the Del Mar Derby, the Kentucky Derby, the Dallas Turf, the Toyota Bluegrass, the Florida Derby. I was going to say the Florida Derby. Is that even a thing? Probably to somebody somewhere, right? Oh, I had to laugh at that. Yeah, like real deal. So yeah, he has sired our Chief Yeoman, and then if we look at his mother, she's your typical selling maiden race filly mare who did compete in a grade 3 and finished twice at least in 2 grade 3s, or excuse me, one. So he still showed technically in two grade three. So yeah, really excited for him, man. And then let's go back and look at our actual in-house future stallion, which is like awesome, Lil Dorado. So excited, man! So excited. This is my first horse I've ever been able to, well, successfully, get to breeding because I've always like just quit this series in the past, where I've just started new files because I really didn't understand what I was doing. Now that I have complete understanding of at least the basic mechanics of the game and how to actually have progress and wins, like I've been winning my money organically. I'm not cheating. I'm not, you know what I mean. So, yeah, it's been years though. I've been trying to play this game for what, almost half a decade. So about time. As you can see, his potential is not very good, but we expected that. But look at that speed rating, man. He's going to be so fast. And look at that consistency to hold form. Quite frankly, he's probably going to be what? Borderline, like, I don't want to say selling race, right? But that's what the potential says. But maybe we can get him to go a little bit beyond that. Even if he's at a very low allowance level, I could care less. I just want him to be at a point where he can rack up wins. He'll be able to possibly race on turf and dirt. He'll be adaptable to training quickly, which is good. So, yeah, and gosh, he's going to peak very quickly. Look at this Constitution bar. Um, he's only going to be able to race so much. So, yeah, I'm still excited because he's our first in house yearling, first in house colt. And yeah, it'll be interesting to see how he develops. And he looks, he's obviously the heaviest here at 938 pounds. So he's black. English Summer also has a black coat, and the Chief Yeoman has a Bay 5 coat. So really excited for all of these horses. And then one of our mares is breeding Titania. Um, is she? Or was I supposed to be deciding that? Yeah, Titania. I would totally like to use her again as a brood mare because I don't think I know she's not great at 53, but again, we just get a really good sire down here, and you know, um, I just don't want to blow all my money. I'm definitely looking at Judd Monte Stud Farm has been really good to us. Land's End has also been good. I'm trying to say like the real names. Um, Mad Max, was that a horse I was looking at? Because that name sounds super familiar, or I just like the name. Um, no wins on this sheet, but he's consistently in the mix, or he's kind of out of the mix. But he's raced in again Kentucky Derby, Toyota Bluegrass, Los Verene Stakes, San Felipe Stakes, the Malibu Stakes, the Jockey Club Gold Cup, the BC Classic. The Travers, like the Haskell, he's racing some really, really good races. The Preakness. So in these races, he's finished competitively, second in both the Kentucky Derby and the Preakness on the Triple Crown Trail. So second at the Travers, third at the BC Classic, all on dirt. Interesting. What am I like? What's the missing link here? Why the second and third places at these races and then seventh at instead, he finishes seventh at the Pacific Classic or fourth at the Haskell. Fourth in the Haskell at a field of eight is not bad. Seventh, if you guys can hear the wind, it's a really high wind, like warning or something. But it's kind of just been one of those type of weather years in general, right? Anyways, Florida Derby. So the fraternity, yeah, a lot going on here. So Mad Max, does he have any offspring? Um, a bunch of yearlings, such as Mexican Bob, John 16, Dancing Mist. No proven winners yet. So yeah, I'm just like, I don't want to take a chance if. And what's his breeding fee as well? It's 148K. That's not bad. I could foot that. And we'll get another potential yearling at a mile. I do wonder though if we can take Titania's distance and actually try a sprinter sire instead, even if he's a little bit cheaper. Like Willow Dancer. Actually, Willow Dancer is someone I know I was looking at, right? That name was too familiar. I'm just going to go ahead and do this now. Gosh, do you guys hear that? It's insane. The wind is like, ah! All right. Willow Dancer with Titania for 105,000. Let's take a look at Willow Dancer. Um, lots of wins, and wins at a level that I think are more relevant to what Titania might be able to better produce for us. Wins the Forago Grade 1, whatever the heck that is. That's awesome. Finished second in the Breeders' Cup Sprint out of a field of 16. I said I wanted speed, right? Let's see. This horse goes about 7 furlongs, so just under a mile, which is perfect. Um, Finished first the Tom Fool Grade 1, the Aristides Grade 3, or excuse me, the Tom Fool is a Grade 2, excuse me. Um, Handicap, Mervyn Leroy win there, so yeah, I'm gonna take a chance on Willow Dancer. Granted, I know there's class here with Mad Max for sure, but yeah, Willow Dancer is actually rated 121. Mad Max is rated 119. Willow Dancer won 7 of his 17 races. Mad Max only won 2 of his 21. I still like my horses. If I'm looking for a horse that has finished first in the winner's circle more than not, I would like to see more wins in that category. It doesn't always matter. I often will breed with horses that will have Mad Max's situation with 2 wins out of his 21. I'm just not looking for that with this particular breeding pair. If he's still on the board next year, why not? I don't have any other brood mares, but I've been looking at Willow Dancer. This is a horse I was also looking at. I just don't know how to pronounce his name, so I low key just I'm gonna let it go. Musini. I just yeah, I'm not. I don't even have the time for that, so I'm not even gonna bother with it. If someone wants to tell me, sure, but like I'm not gonna use it until then. And yeah, Rebel Flag. Love the name, but you haven't won anything except for the Manhattan Grand Wood, which is not bad on the turf, but yeah, you kind of stunk everywhere else. So goodbye. No, we're gonna stick with Titania and Willow Dancer. I like that name. We've used Dancer in our other series, so for names, boom, there we go. Woohoo! We have another breeding pair. Location at Juddmonte Stud Farm, and we look 12 sires here. The top sire is Blown It, and well, looking at Blown It here. I can't tell you exactly why Blown It. Well, maybe Blown It is just the best at this farm. Decent results in some places, but yeah, I guess compared to other horses. Yeah, probably that's fair. Yeah, it's just the quality of races. Anyways, yeah, so obviously not bad. I expected more winners here. AEI, that stands for something someone else can tell me, but if we sort by this, Juddmonte Stud Farm is first. Then Ashford Farm is second, followed by Land's End. I just want to say Lane's End, and then Gainesway. So, yeah, Willow Dancer is here. We don't have any other sires. What about Ashford? Do we have anyone from here? Musini, however you say this horse's name, is here at Ashford Farm. So, so is Rebel Flag. Man, and then no one here that I was really looking at as well. So this is just in North America. I'm gonna look at Japan because Japan is awesome. And Tokyo Stud just won. Ooh, should we look for a brood mare? Should we look for a pair of Japanese brood mares and sires? If you leave a like, that tells me that obviously we should. I'm probably going to do it anyways. But leaving the like is a confirmation that yes, go in this direction. Let's do something a little bit different, right? Um, so they have 9 breeding mares. Is there any way I can acquire any of them or breed? To have a horse from Japan would be awesome. Actually, I just hadn't thought about it literally until this moment. Bunch of yearlings as well, and they're sired mainly by horses in Japan or South Africa. I believe is that Singapore or Malaysia. Ugh, I always get that confused. That's my fault. Sorry. Um, I think is that the UAE, UK. So none racing in my region, which would be good for me as far as competition. Like imagine we can actually get a good Japanese line going here. That's awesome. Formal approval. Yeah. So I could select this stud. No, breeding mares. I'd have to select. Can I select any of these mares? Probably not. Ugh, man, that'd be awesome. But yeah. Obviously, we need a brood mare that we could use there. So we'll probably come back to that at a later point because I have no available horses. I have no stallions, and our current brood mare will be breeding with Willow Dancer. Um, that didn't cost us that much though. So technically speaking, I'm kind of feeling busy, but this is a lot of housekeeping stuff, and I know sometimes you guys like to get into the racing. So, let's go ahead and just fast forward. Yeah, until the day before our race. I may only do one race because I realize I do want to actually look at some affordable stallions and sires and actually just start doing a bunch of breeding. We're going to start getting you guys horses named for this series. We really haven't done that at all. We'll be doing that here, like I'll be carrying over to all of our series. Expect starters orders to really take hold and take shape here. I'm really excited for just where this journey will take us going forward on the channel. It's like I'm finally playing it. For some of you that have probably been here, even if you don't comment, you're like, this guy finally gets it. It's like, yeah, I'm finally here. um, do I even have a loan? I do. Payments left 34,000. Yeah, it's nice when you got money in the bank, baby. Don't gotta worry about that. No, really though. Like I've been paying it off, but I haven't been realizing it because we've been in a surplus of cash, obviously. Can we buy anything? I'm waiting for us to get back over like 1 million before I start making purchases because this stuff is expensive. Like, yeah, our farm is a bit basic, but we're turning out winners still when we can. We have 3 horse trailers, okay? We have the breeding barn somewhere here. We have a gardener. We have gallop rails. We don't even have a track. This is the track. This is the track. Yeah, let's see. All weather dirt trap. $221,000. That's literally 50% of our money. No, can't do that. I can't wait to install all this stuff because this is going to be key to our success and the stories and competing in the Kentucky Derby and winning the Breeders' Cup and going to Japan and wherever else where we go in this game. All right, so day before race day, let me see if the brood mares are ready to run. Desert Glow is, Woven Silk is not. Fine. We just want to see Ring Rose's race today. He'll be up, running a mile and 2 furlongs in the 100 handicap level on the turf. Ring of Roses, our 3-year-old colt. I do have him with the blinkers. We'll see how he does. We're going trackside. Dun 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 dun. So we'll be skipping that race because why would I care about an auction? Uh, did I skip his race? I did. How did I do that? We were not in that race. He finished 4th. Well, I guess we can watch it. Yeah, did I accidentally skip? I must have skipped the whole card. I literally thought I just said skip race, but it doesn't matter. We're looking at it now. Wasn't expecting him to win, so 4th is more or less what I expected. As long as he doesn't finish last, I'm okay. So it's a packed house here. Beautiful day. Racing on the turf. Inside track. It's a field of 6. Yeah, I must have skipped the card. I didn't see any of these horses. We were 7-2. How do we go 7-2 and we still finish 4th? That's bull malarkey. Excuse me. And there are the horses. There's the gate. Okay. Yeah, let's go ahead and switch that around. And they're off. So it's a quick start. That is Gandalf being held back a little bit by his rider. Ring of Roses will be in the purple silks, yellow helmet there. sitting in between horses. And I actually kind of want to see, where's the grandstand? This is as we do pass the grandstands. For the first time. That's nice. So, it's still no mistake about it at the front. Rhinefield Beauty now going for the lead. They are 4 across going for the lead. Now it's going to be no mistake about it. Again, into the inside on the rail. Scarpeta's there in second. Ring Roses third. Rhinefield Beauty fourth. Highland Bridge is about 3 or 4 lanes back to fifth or sixth now as Gandalf kind of moves up to take fifth. And it is still no mistake about it with Rhinefield Beauty on the outside. Ring of Roses still in between horses now, moving into second. We have Scarpeta that's dropped it back about a quarter in the length there to the rail in fourth. Gandalf in fifth, and then Highland Bridge is the trailer. They're all essentially within 5 lengths now of no mistake about it, who starts to get on the run here very early. Ring of Roses pulling back, and the rider seems to be pulling Ring of Roses quite a bit back. And Scarpeta now trying to maybe rally a quick challenge here in second. Gandalf in third, going for a run. Rhinefield Beauty trying to get a run. And then Ring of Roses, who dropped all the way back, trying to find some space, but now she's in traffic, and Highland Bridge is still the closer. They're rounding the clubhouse turn, and down into the stretch they come. It is still no mistake about it. Scarpeta there, still trying to make a challenge. Here comes Gandalf. Rhinefield Beauty trying to make a run. Ring of Roses, she's still there, a little bit in the mix, trying to have something to go. Scarpeta takes the lead. No mistake about it, said, no mistake about it, I'm done for the day. And it is Scarpeta and Gandalf now going for it. Rhinefield Beauty sitting there in third, trying to close, but it is going to be Scarpeta here as we close into the scoreboard of the line. Scarpeta first, Gandalf second, Rhinefield Beauty is going to finish third. Ring of Roses fourth, Highland Beauty fifth, Highland Bridge fifth, and no mistake about it. No mistake about it was sixth. Well, that fourth didn't actually look that bad, so it's good to always watch the race, actually. So, not a bad fourth, just kind of beat. And I don't even recall, like, he did have the blinkers on, right? But what did the jockey say? Or excuse me, yeah. Ridden in pack, which possibly suited, try a furlong shorter. Okay, so just a little bit too long. So a mile and 2 furlongs is not actually ideal. They're saying average win distance is 7.3. Yeah, last time he ran 7 in a conditions race on the turf, he finished 9th. And then he won, actually, yeah, the last time he won, well, see, here's the difference. He won at a mile and a furlong on the dirt at the 80 level. And then he also won at 7 furlongs on the dirt at a 90 level. There's no consistency right now with this guy. So don't even know what to do with that information. And that's the only thing about having a horse like this that can run on turf and dirt with no true indicator of exactly where the strength lies. Obviously, the wins have come on dirt. And turf has more or less kind of been 2 okay showings with a 4th place and a 3rd place, and then that 9th place. So, if anything, he's probably better on the dirt by default. If we look at his stats. But you see, his going surface adaptability is all the way up. That's kind of what makes me think. And then training adaptation, that bar did just move. See, that's what I mean. Like, this progress is like, man, it's like I'll have to screenshot and come back to this, or at least look at the video every time. I'd be like, oh yeah, my horse is that. What is this even? What percentage is this? You can't even make up a number for that. Everybody could say what this number is right now in the comment section below. Do it, and I guarantee you we would have different numbers. Most of us would. I'm not even going to tell you what mine is. Okay, I'm going to tell you what mine is. 2%. like I don't know. Like, that's probably not even 2%. Like, it could be 2, or it could be 7, or it could be 1, or it could be less than 1, or it could be less than 2. Yeah, I just don't like it. That's all I'm saying. So yeah, I'm not really sure if we look at races 1 on the dirt. I've never really used this screen. I should be using this more. But again, he's 1 on the dirt. If we look at where he's placed, he's placed on both surfaces. If we look where he's unplaced, these races here. So if it's about where he's won, it's at 6 and 7 on the dirt. That's as close as it gets. If I'm using that feature. They say he's ready to go again, so let's go ahead and actually look for another race for him and see if we can find something. Let's just look for 7 furlongs on the debt. And, well, I'm just going to have to look the old-fashioned way. I look for a race where there won't be a fee. Declaration fee. Okay. So this one might not be bad. This is October 20th, a couple weeks from now. Could he race? We have money. What am I talking about? I can totally race him sooner. It doesn't matter. Conditions race. That's for fillies and mares. Obviously can't do that. This is 7 furlongs. Handicap 95. Forecast is rain. Traveling 300 miles to Monticello. Field of 5. I want to see how he handles the conditions. If he can't race on the wet and the dirt, then, well, that'd be a bummer. But yeah. So, let's actually clear. Bring roses. Yeah, that's fine. I'm like, something with that screen was off. Let's get the jockey that's been winning this season. I'll pay him. K. Allen, you're up. And not eligible age. Oh, right. He's 3, and this is for how old? 4-year-olds? 2-year-olds? Doesn't 4-year-olds? Oh, because I had the wrong thing selected. Okay, clear. Sorry about that. Well, yeah, let's see what's available on the dirt. The Jockey Gold Cup. Could you run in? Come on. You probably wouldn't have a chance, would he? Because where is he rated now? And they're still showing the old race. Like, could they get off of that? There we go. 34,000 for this race. All the horses are rated 124. He's rated 74. Yeah, not even close. Yeah, I'm looking for a race we actually look like we have a chance in. That's a field of 5 in that dirt race, and that's pretty soon. And this race will be the clear favorite. It's a handicap race at 85. Well, I can't say clear favorite. Actually, this might be more realistic for him. And as a 3-year-old, and he's racing against a bunch of old horses. The experience might be okay, but if I just want to get him in a quick race, this 100 might be a little bit more his speed, and it's other 3-year-olds. Let's go ahead and do that. Same jockey, and we'll buck it. Traveling quite the distance to Phoenix for this one. But, yeah, I want to go to race, well, yeah, I want to skip and go to race day. And, yeah, I click. What did I click? I swear I didn't click the whole, like, this is how you, did I really click that? I don't think I did. I just wanted to skip this race. Skip this race and result. We're not in this race, right? We're not. There we go. Okay. Gosh, just making sure. We're not in this race. Not in this one. Or this one. Here we are. Ring of Roses. My jockey orders. Yeah. My tactics are, what did I have my tactics? I'm going to get it back to a little bit more aggressive. Let's go. Let's try Pacemaker today. And I'm going to say challenge earlier. I just want to see what an aggressive ride will do. If it helps us. I don't want to click that at the top. Okay. So let's go ahead and fast forward this thing to see what our final odds are. 33-1. Even in this race, racing 6 furlongs on the dirt. I know it's a bit shorter, but still. Well, let's go watch. And this is a race we're watching live. So, admittedly, after this, we'll see what happens here. Guys, can you guys hear the wind? I wonder if you can even hear that. It's like so loud. It really is. I wonder how fast it's going. Well, full day here, full house, beautiful day. And we'll see how this race goes for Ring of Roses. It is a field of 5. Going 6, and they're off. It's a good start for Deuteronomy. And Island Crest there to the outside. Ring of Roses is already falling to the back. And we have 5 furlongs left to go. They're pushing 35 miles an hour. Ghana now is going to go ahead, challenge for the lead. Island Crest still there in second. Simple Rhythm there in third. Deuteronomy in fourth. Ring of Roses is the trailer. They have 4 furlongs left to go. Ghana on cruise control here at the front, leading by about a length and a tail. Island Crest still there in second. Simple Rhythm on the outside in third. Deuteronomy in fourth. And Ring of Roses falling out of camera shot. 3 furlongs left to go. It is Ghana as we're heading around the turn here, heading into the stretch, leading by about a length and a tail. Island Crest still looking for a challenge. Simple Rhythm still in the mix. Deuteronomy still trying to make it something happen. And yeah, Ring of Roses has totally called it. So can't determine if it's just the fact that he can't run with horses this fast, if it was too soon despite the green condition, or if perhaps that well, yeah, I don't know. Obviously, he's won on the dirt, so I don't think the dirt is the problem, but clearly just wasn't ready today. I wanted to see if the drop in the distance would make a difference. Oh, it made a difference, all right. He wasn't even close. Deuteronomy is going to get that win. Super Rhythm second, and Island Crest is going to get third. So, yeah. Going to go ahead and give him some time off now. Ridden as a front runner, pacemaker. That's all the jockey has to say. Yeah, clearly that doesn't work for his riding style, and that's fair, and his running style. So, with that being said, he might be better at being a closer. It's the only thing I could gather, but it's still kind of hard. Like, what does this tell me? Cruising burst, cruising speed, extra speed rating, apply itself, and a hard finish. Okay, yeah. So that tells me he's probably better at being a closer. That's fair. Do you have the blinkers on you, my guy? Because I thought I put blinkers on you. Yeah, let's at least get blinkers back on you. See if that does anything. And as far as your training, I just let the AI do their thing right now. Not like my horses are the greatest horses anyway, so I don't think we're going to see significant improvements from the training. I think more progress will happen from having success and wins. Personally, that's just kind of what I'm looking at than training in this game. I'm not saying it's not more important as you get higher. I just feel like at the lower levels, I don't think it makes as much of a difference as one may think. So Desert Glow is ready to race. Let's see if we can get her something going right quick. And if I see where she's won, she has won strictly at a mile and a furlong racing against competition no higher than 85, really. So let's see if we can find that for her. Let's look for handicap on the dirt and running a mile and a furlong. And there are a couple of races, and there's a field of 4 here. That'd be too easy, and she'll carry an actual handicap. A field of 5 here with, yeah, too easy. And I'm saying too easy now, but it's like, yeah, she's been running against higher competition than where these horses are in this actual race. The handicap 95 level is not representative of the level of horses. All these horses are technically underclass. So I'm just kind of looking for a race where it feels like she could actually compete. But because these races are so underclass, like, I mean, I would hate for her to have the easy win, but at this point, why not? We'll just try to win some of our money back, and we'll have Dominguez travel with us. We already raced in Phoenix. We might as well stay there and go to Albuquerque, right? To race for her a couple days later. We have the money. We'll book it. Of course, they think we're always coming straight back home, and that would be the case in most places. But I'm just going to say, kayfabe, we have a place in Phoenix we can stay. Horses can have space. They can roam. They can eat in the pasture. That's what we're doing. We're not traveling all the way back to Ohio. But regardless, that race will be up. We're going to go ahead and skip to the day before that race because I would like to see how she runs. And I think that'll be the last race for today on the card. And we'll see how that goes. Here we go. She's not in this race, so it doesn't matter. I just want to skip this race and the result. This is a field of 4. Snooze fest. We'll skip that. Another snooze fest here. We'll skip that. An even bigger snooze fest here. We'll skip that. Oh, back to the small snooze fest. Oh, a whopping 101 snooze fest. Okay, I'm so done with that. But that was fun for a little bit. Wow. Mega race, selling race here. Actually, mega selling race here. What's the card looking like? Huh. I love these full forms as well. To tell you their previous stuff. Who's the favorite? Queen of Africa. Huh. Interesting. No, I don't want to skip today's race. I just want to go back. Okay. They're going off at 5-1. Are you the favorite? No, Natural Momente. Queen of Africa off at 9-2. Yeah, I'll keep an eye on that horse. We have our own race to do, so after the actually, I want to see who does win. Queen of Africa came second. Natural Mente finished first. Okay. Well, we'll look at that horse if she's still available. We're not here. We're not here. Full race car today. Not here. Not here. Here we are. Desert Glow. Race 10. Yeah. Should be our race to win. 13-8. Final odds. 11-8. Should be easy work. And as far as the jockey orders, okay, so there are tactics set up for my horses. Okay, don't trail and challenge later. I probably should just set that default for all of my horses because why not? Until I get comfortable with us having a bunch of horses where we can really start mixing and matching these settings to try to figure out where we have the success, the highest success rate. But to really track that data-wise, you would need to run that in the same conditions. If you're running different race conditions, then changing these settings is kind of irrelevant. All right, let's go watch the race. Desert Glow should get an easy win here. Desert Glow. Making sure she's in good condition. She's had quite a layoff anyway, so. Yeah. And we're off. It's a full house today. Beautiful day. Easy start there for Memory Cloth. Desert Glow, quality art. Alyuska, impressive. The early trailers, they're heading around the first turn. Desert Glow being held up a little bit there on the outside. Quality art to take the lead at Alyuska, and they're in second. Desert Glow now actually has third. A little bit of encouragement there from the rider. Impressive, sitting there in fourth. And Memory Cloth is on the outside there in fifth. 6.5 furlongs left to go as they pass the chute. Still quality art, leading by about half a length over Alyuska. Desert Glow, a couple lengths behind, sitting comfortably now on the outside in third. To the inside is impressive in fourth. And Memory Cloth is still the trailer. 5 furlongs left to go. We've remained virtually unchanged. And you still have quality art leading. Alyuska slowly creeping up as we now approach 4 furlongs left to go. Coming around the last of 2 turns. Desert Glow now having some competition there from Impressive. Memory Cloth back there as the trailer still. Quality art now getting a run. Alyuska maybe dropping back. Is there a challenge? Desert Glow and Impressive getting the run. Impressive actually shooting up to second now. Desert Glow trying to run. So we're approaching the final turn. Quality art still in first. Here comes Desert Glow on an absolute run as she should. She is the heavy favorite in this race. Quality art still there leading though with 1.5 furlongs left to go. Quality art not calling it today. Impressive also fighting back. Desert Glow the favorite with the furlong left to go. Is there any fight? Will she fight? Impressive now, shooting for the lead. What is happening? Half a furlong left to go. Desert Glow, she has called it. The mare cannot do it in a race that she was heavily favored to win. She is just barely going to hold on to second to finish behind Impressive, who was impressive. You just can't make this. You can't make it up. She was 11-8, you guys. Like, oh my goodness. Yeah, maybe she's done racing. I can't set up a better race for her than that. She was in good condition, good fitness. She just ridden as a closer. It's suited. I believe the trip suited perfect. We struggle for pace. That was a promising run. Yeah, that's why I was like those fields. The level looked underachieving. I mean underwhelming. And I'm thinking we're going into there, as an easy sweep. And by golly, the only horse I can bid for is Natural Emente. Since you won, why not? Let's start the auction. 100. Okay, you guys are 134. I didn't even watch that race. You know what? Darn it. Too late. Anyways, okay, that's fine. Yeah, Desert Glow. I don't know what to say there. She finished second. Still. But yeah, it was like, and again, I remember I was looking for a race at an 85 level. Technically, that's a bump in class, and she's rated 93. So maybe that race did better for her than I thought. It was just I'm looking at the other horses and like, she comes in there rated essentially a 90 or an 88, and then she's running against a 59, a 79, a 60, and a 60. Impressive was not a 60. Aliusco was not a 59. So I'm kind of curious what these horses are going to do. I love the name, Aliusco, if I'm saying that right, or Aliusco. 9-year-old mare, very old, but she was game. Same for Impressive. How old are you? You're 6, says it right there, obviously. Yeah, yeah, she almost struggled. Like that race was a little bit longer. These horses would have came back. She would have finished 4th or 5th. So that's why I'm just like, be interesting to see maybe in a normal conditions race what she has. If not, maybe I can consider her for early breeding. Now I think about it. I've raced her enough. I mean, we've raced Desert Glow, gosh, quite a bit actually. I've raced her for almost 2 seasons now. So, according to her stats, she has no confidence at all. But she can still race, man. She's not done. She's just disappointed with just, I don't know like why, because she won her last 2 races prior to that one and she only finished second, so the lack of confidence is a bit confusing. Now out to grass, is that permanent? Because quite frankly, if I wanted to race her as a 7-year-old and bring her back, this is something I could do. I just don't know if that's something I want to do because I feel like she'd be good for breeding right now. You know what I mean? But I get in these places because I still feel like a horse can run. Placing wise, like I said, she's still been finishing 1st or 2nd, so that's not a horse that's done. And granted, I'm not paying attention to these stats that much anyways. I realize they're probably a bunch of bull crap, but regardless, yeah, maybe just better conditions for her, obviously. And Woven Silk, you're ready to go. I might as well race you. I always say that. Oh, it's the last race. I'm like, no, might as well give everybody a shot. Okay, where have you finished best? Wins? No wins. What about place? Only going a mile and a furlong, or 4, excuse me, and Kentucky. All right, so let's look for a mile and 4. And if we can find something on the grass, that'd be cool. The Canadian International Grade 1. Can we even enter that race? Late declaration is 68K. Yeah, she's 34 rated. Of course she couldn't race in that. I'm going to race you on the dirt. And quite frankly, just to close this out today, I'm going to race her against handicap at 85 level. If she's as bad as she's supposed to be, she should be out of this race before it's halfway done. And if that's the case, then it would make more sense to retire Woven Silk for earlier breeding if she can't improve beyond a 34 rating. And then actually keep Desert Glow for another season, which means I might actually send her out to grass. Which means the only horse I'd be racing is our 3-year-old colt, and that's who we should be focusing on anyways, right? So let's go ahead and do it. We're traveling to Palmena. We're going back out to the west. I like the desert, man. What can I say? I like the mountains. Oh, I miss the west. I do. Anyways, let's go ahead and skip to our race day. We're actually racing tomorrow. Yeah, we've essentially just stayed out west. We're not coming back to Ohio. This has just been an extended western vacation. All right, we're racing in the first race as well. Woven Silk, no chance. That's what she's got today. Shout out to anybody that understands that reference and pun. That means you grew up during a pretty awesome time, or at least you were a part of it and witnessed it. Yeah, she has no chance today, carrying 11 pounds in the race because she's underweight. Regardless, let's just see how she runs. She has no chance, but yeah, maybe I'll retire her for breeding and then keep Desert Glow for. I still think Desert Glow's worth like racing. I think retiring her too soon right now is just not it. So we're off. Urtifa out to the front. Count Contact in their second. Celtic Ballet in their third. Dusky Lady fourth. Free for All fifth. Woven Silk in their sixth. And Sambarina in sixth. It's a long race. We're going. I think was it 14? About 14. We're at 10 now. On cruise control. Count Contact to take the lead. Urtifa dropped to second with Dusky Lady and Celtic Ballet in there between second, third, and fourth. Woven Silk is back there in fifth. Sambarina, sixth, and Free for All is the trailer. They're separated by about 7 or 8 lengths, with about a mile left to go as they pass the grandstands for the first time and coming around. With 4 more turns left to go, Count Contact still out there in front, clear by about 2 lengths is Celtic Ballet. Dusky Lady. Urtifa is dropped to fourth on the inside, just slightly. Sambarina is fifth now. Woven Silk slightly in sixth, beginning an urge there from its rider, and it's Free for All. Still the trailer. 6 furlongs left to go. Still going to be Count Contact as we hit the backstretch here. Celtic Ballet is still there in second. Dusky Lady still there third. Urtifa in there in fourth. Woven Silk in fifth, trying to get a little bit of a run here. Sambarina in sixth. Free for All now actually in sixth. Sambarina to be the trailer. 5 furlongs left to go. Count Contact has been relatively unchallenged here today. No excuses. Celtic Ballet now trying to get a little bit of a run. Dusky Lady dropping a little bit back to the outside in third. Urtifa trying to come back into competition in fourth. Free for All and Woven Silk taking themselves way out there. And then Sambarina with an easy trip on the inside if that horse wants to get in the mix today. 3 furlongs left to go. Count Contact again. No excuses. We're virtually unchallenged. Thwarted the challenge there from Celtic Ballet to get back. Urtifa now trying to get back into the mix. Woven Silk out of contention. She's called it for a day. 2 furlongs left to go. Count Contact, the gray on the run here. Urtifa trying to get back in the run. Celtic Ballet has not given up yet. Dusky Lady still keeping an eye on them. Free for All trying to run them down with the furlong left to go. Here comes Celtic Ballet. Celtic Ballet to answer back actually and tell Contact to suck that. Contact. Go that to the finish line for Celtic Ballet to get it done. Count Contact still remains in second. Urtifa third. Free for All fourth. Man, I wasn't expecting that. I thought Celtic Ballet called it. Or Celtic Ballet. Gosh. Either way. Gets it done. Count Contact in third. Did I even say that right? Contact? I don't care. I'm saying it how I want to say it. Regardless, our horse didn't finish anywhere near as expected. So that's really all that matters. Like, I'm commentating that race for the sake of just immersion, but like I really care about us having no chance out there. So I'm really enjoying this game. You are a 3-year-old colt in a gray, and you're 3 years old. I did say that twice. Are you in the decline? Hard to say. Gifted Dancer. You're a 4-year-old filly with 9 wins out of your 50 starts. They're both rated so badly, and bidding for them would be too high. So we're just gonna go ahead and skip that. So yeah, that's a lot of racing we've done really with these horses in the last couple of weeks. They're all pretty worn out, and yeah, Woven Silk probably not gonna be able to do anything. Um, so yeah, I would like to retire Woven Silk. Um, yeah, but so it's retired to stud, even though she's not a okay, got it. Um, retired to main stable. Yeah, like I have no interest in like I. She's been on the decline. I was thinking maybe we could have a revival. Think she's done. That's fair. All right. Um, on the plus side, we should have another broodmare in the breeding stable. No. Did I retire her? Did it work? Did I do it right? Retire. Uh, I'm confused. What's happening when I do that? Why isn't it working? Is that a note? I have to enter her in a future race. Do I have to retire her? No. Why can't I just retire her? Is something going wrong? Am I doing something wrong? I've done this before, so like, why isn't it? I'm confused. Is she not able to be retired yet? Um, yeah, like I don't know if you can just retire horses whenever you want, or if you have to wait until they hit their deterioration potential. Because she's not there yet. Um, and I know this red bar does move, so I'm assuming once it's, I don't know. Yeah, I'm just kind of like, they're not letting me retire her, and I don't want to put her in a selling race because, well, I mean, granted, I would rather try to do some breeding, even if it's just at a lower level. So, um, yeah, an auction, we would get some money back potentially. Yeah, I don't want to do anything like a selling race or no, we'll get no money there. Yeah, so this is just not working. Yeah, it's just every time I do that, it's like nope. Okay, so I'm just gonna put the reserve bid here at 100K. She's totally not probably worth 100K, but I can set that, and why not? Um, and she's entered into the next auction. So when is the next sale that she would be entered into? Um, and it's not 2-year-olds. Yeah, we're not going to see it here, are we? No. Where are the? All right, let's just go ahead and skip today. All right. I thought I was able to. Gosh, my brain. I'm like having major brain fog. It's probably why I get to the point where. Yeah, is she even? Is our horse here today? Like what? So the next auction. When is that? Did it happen? Did it not? Yeah, I'm just kind of like, what can I do? Like, I can't retire her. They're saying like she should. I'm confused. She'll just be a horse that bounces around, but it's like, yeah. Does she enter the auction? Maybe I'll do 50K. I don't know. I'm just playing around here. Does this matter at all? Into the next auction. When is the next auction? Don't care about the news there. Um, this is supposed to be the sales page, and I thought they were able to show you. Yeah, I thought they showed you the calendar of sales happening ahead of time, but no, I guess they don't. I guess it's just what's happening today. Um, yeah. So, start sale. And granted, she would probably be in the next auction. Actually, I'm gonna skip this one. I am gonna come here and look for a horse. Okay. So, okay, here's where I was trying to get to. Okay. Where would she be? Would she be here? No. Would she be here? Woven silk, where would you be? No, these are the earlier ones. Um, yeah, she should be in this one, technically. If she's not here. She's not here. And she should be in this one. Um, so they're only showing me the lot for the 21st. They're not showing me the 28th auction yet. It says she would be in the next auction, and she's not in the next one, so that's fine. I don't know what I'm gonna do with her. Oh wait, she has a she has something next to her. What does that mean? Oh, auction. But like, where did I miss her? uh, either way, I think that'll do it. I'll probably figure this stuff out off screen. But if I can get something figured out with her, that'd be great. Um, Seahorses in training here. Once we get deeper into this playthrough with our actual horses and our pedigrees, we can start to really compete against other horses here in this playthrough, which should be fun. Jockeys, I'm kind of whatever about that. There's apprentices. You can hire an apprentice. Why hasn't anyone ever told me that? What the F? Skill, honesty rep, obedience rep. Yeah, I want whoever is the closest to Jose Ortiz or Tyler or whoever. Yeah, you're gonna be our apprentice. Thank you. Roman, you're also gonna be our apprentice. Valdavia, like you're alright. Like they say, you're just kind of fun to have around. Like not to expect much winning from you. Diorm, I don't know who you are. I'm gonna hire you. Okay, we have 3 apprentices now. Yeah, like I've never knew that about this game. What? No one's ever said that. Interesting. Sweet. So we have apprentice jockeys. That's awesome. So I need to look for them. So do they pop up somewhere for me, or are they just like, are they only under the screen? I should just go ahead and skip today's racing. And I'm just curious, if I come to this tab, where would I find my jockeys? Huh. This is completely new to me, so I'm just looking at, okay. How does that work? Like, how would you, like, how do you find your apprentices? Like, how do you, how do you know if they're here, if they're not here? Um, yeah. Lots of breeding mares. Oh, yeah, this is what we're doing. Actually, this is all we're doing in the next episode, so that's kind of when I wanted to get things started. Which means I'm actually gonna have to have my spreadsheet up on Google to make sure I have the names that you guys have suggested. Yeah, I don't know what to do with you. Gosh, you're like kind of bad. You don't win, but you lose really bad. But then I can't get rid of you because nobody wants you. So then it's like that's really tragic. And I would like to retire you for breeding, but they're not allowing me to do so. I just don't understand. It's just like so. I'm Yeah, I can't even send a horse out because I must purchase the win space. Great. So that means I must put her in a selling race. Otherwise, she's just going to be here, like, doing nothing. And yeah, that'll just be a headache. So fine. She'll be in a selling race. Desert Glow, I can't even send her out the grass because I don't have the field space. How much does that cost? Is that actually expensive? Um, Stable info. Field space. 68,000. Um, yeah, totally worth it. We have the bread. Where does that even go? I hate that I can't even click on stuff to see like where it's at. You just have to know what it looks like, and I just is it down here? No, I'd like where did they put it? I just looked away that quickly. It's annoying. Regardless, not even a big deal. Um, now can I? Let's see. Can I retire you out to the put out to grass? Okay. Now she's out to grass. I'm probably gonna do the same thing with Desert Glow because unless I could retire her for breeding, I don't want to. But at this point, I'm just kind of over it. I do have the breeding barn, right? Yes, I bought the breeding barn. We have it. Home breeding only. I just do I do I have to buy more space for my mares? I'm confused. Maybe I do. Is our stable capacity maximum for breeding? I'm just am I missing something? Like why can I only have one mare? It's just currently we have 3 out of 6 horses. So uh, the stable is not a problem in that regards. And now Woven Silk is gone. Where? Oh no, I forgot. I retired her to the grass. Duh. It's just I didn't see her name there for a second because it wasn't working. It wasn't working that whole time. I'm just like freaking out. No. Right. So Desert Glow. Same thing for you. Retire to breeding barn. Does it have to happen at a certain point of the year? Yeah, I click that and then just brings us back to the screen. Horse breeding. Oh, gosh, I'm not paying attention to this thing up here. I always forget. I'm sure someone noticed that. Yeah, that's just kind of an annoying. Like that doesn't. There are certain things about games I'm just like, yeah, that doesn't tell me anything. I know this game has been out for a while, but then they just released a mobile version. Did they fix any of that? Like that's just like why? So does that mean now the horse is being retired? I think it does. Oh, right. Hmm. Well, in that case, now I don't know what to do. I'm actually gonna leave that off. And now I can't bring back Woven Silk. Oh, look, Woven Silk. Okay, I was hoping you could actually see the horse there. Well, that's cool. I mean, gosh, yeah, she's probably better out there, anyways, right? She comes back. We'll see what happens. That's actually awesome. So this will start to show things as you develop. I've been saying it, right? For as long as I've been playing this game in recent playthroughs now, at least within the last 6 months to a year, I'm actually really excited to start making progress now that I'm understanding these other nuanced things. All right, so that's probably it for today. Next episode will be breeding. I'll decide if I'm going to continue racing Desert Glow or not. She doesn't feel like she's a mare that's done. I just feel like maybe just need to get her conditioning back up, get her confidence back up, and yeah, she's been on an upward trajectory. I don't think I should stop her right now. I think maybe she just needs some time, and I could put her out to the grass for the rest of the season as well. You know what? I will because I think she deserves it. We'll see what type of shape our mares are in when they come back. Look, Woven Silk right there and Desert Glow next to her. It's really cool. So when you get more horses, you'll see all of them out here. That's pretty cool. Um, so it's just going to be us and the 3-year-old colt Woven Silk trying to get him into a competitive shape here. Or excuse me, not Woven Silk, Ring of Roses. And not good showings his last 2 times out. So the blinkers don't know if they're working. Lad says nothing for that one. Furlong shorter, furlong shorter. It's like they want him just to run a mile. So 6 and 7 is not good, and they want him just to run a mile, which in all honesty I've barely done for him. So you know what? I'm actually going to do that for him right now. And just put him in a race that's probably like at least a month in advance. Just to make sure he has time to get his conditioning back up. So sometime in November he'll be racing. And let's look for strictly at a mile. If that doesn't work, then I don't know what to do for him. Like feels like it'll be a lost cause. Um Respectable race here, I think. It's a C4 handicap, 85 level, running a mile in Florida, 948 miles away. No big deal. And okay, here's our apprentices. So when you go to look for jockeys, now that I've hired an apprentice, well, I bought 2 of them, but only one shows up here. The Orm, whatever. This seems like a good race for Ring of Roses. I have no idea what he'll do, I could put an experienced jockey on him, or I could give the apprentice a shot. And the apprentice, this is a decent one, so let's just give him the shot and see what happens. I'm excited. All right, cool. So that'll happen in the next episode, probably at the end of the breeding session if I can get to it. All right, so guys, I'm making progress in starters orders. Can you believe that? So this is a full video you've seen. There's chances that I've possibly split it up into several parts, because typically what I'll do, I think there's more value in my videos than just the let's play part that you may watch in its entirety. I think the different sections, if I take those and make those separate videos, I can help people with different sections of the game, because sometimes you miss that stuff if you're not watching a full episode. I know I can miss things like that if people aren't taking the time to do that. So just kind of expect that more. The full episodes will probably come out first, and then kind of those different sections will come out afterwards. So yeah, gosh, I'm actually really having fun with this game, just because I feel like I'm getting a groove here, even though we're not winning as of recently. But for our stables here, HRG Gaming, in this playthrough, 12 wins out of 66 starts. It's not bad, right? So I've been able to find some winning. That's what, 20%. 20% is not bad, okay? Like, come on, like it's hard to win, right? So um, wow, it actually shows you your two horses in the field. I just saw this. And I can return them back at any point. Just that quickly. Huh. Desert Glow has won 2 races this year as well for $22,000, and Woven Silk nothing. This game is actually pretty darn cool. All right, guys, that's officially going to do it. We'll be back. We'll be doing breeding next time out. You'll be getting some of your horses named. We'll be starting new families, new pedigrees. I'm super excited. So look forward to that. Until next time, HRG signing out. We're getting ready for that today. We'll see you later. Look at this. It says Titania is confirmed to be in foal to Willow Dancer. So excited for that. We'll have another yearling on the way. We have 3 currently. They're all boys, all colts. Could this be our first filly? Very excited. We'll see you next time. Goodbye.